Gyökeres really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's come to nothing. And that is the end of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. Back on the way then.
Borussia Dortmund clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything...
Oh, it's hit the post! Gehi gets it clear. And it's Neves. And here's Vinicius Junior. Good read, needed to be. And he's there to get it away.
Barcelona definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
More and more pressure on the ball here. McAllister and Botman. Robertson drives forward on the overlap. McAllister. And it's Vitinha. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And it's Pedri. And this is Dembele. Aimed beyond the defence. Botman. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. Robertson. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Shapes to shoot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Vinicius Junior really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
They've played it short. Pedri is onto this. Forced to go back. Real chance! Now that is commitment to the cause. Barcelona have their second corner now. And it's been taken short. Has to go back here. Casemiro. Shot. He's had a shot! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. DiMarco. Eze being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Borussia Dortmund are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Out of play for a throw. Casemiro. And it's Koundé.
Oh, great feat, that.
Lovely bit of skill. João Neves. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Ekitike is firing after that one.
Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
Gyökeres. Half an hour gone in the second half. Vitinha. Koundé does well to get it back.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, it's Dembele. He's got away. Dembele purring through the gears. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Pedri. Oh, this is a great... Vinicius Junior! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire.
Can he finish? Vinicius Junior is flagged offside.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
El dorsal 19, el dorsal 7, el dorsal 9 serán sustituidos por
Koundé,
el dorsal 8,
Casemiro.
el dorsal 25.
Barcelona really will have to throw everything at this now.
El dorsal
Yamal's
18.
cross.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Valverde. Koundé. Can he get on the end of this? Just too much on that. Into stoppage time, and it is still goalless. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Valverde. Now it's Solot. Now it's Yamal. Oh, that's well spotted. And that signals the end. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things already rolling. Well, 5 at the back, Jim. It does feel fairly defensively oriented, this formation.
Well, you could say it's a lineup that's all about creating positive transitions. The lack of width in midfield with just 3 in there makes the role of the fullbacks more crucial, or wing-backs. You have to have them constantly push up, forcing opposition players back and giving your team a little more freedom.
Easier said than done.
That's right, but it does work very well, provided you have the right players to pull it off.
Pedri, oh, well played. And it's Dembele. No, he wasn't going to let him past. And it's made its way to him. Played out wide. Nice control. Koundé's cross. Keeper has taken decisive action. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I really like this lad, Jules Koundé, a lot. He isn't the biggest, but he's known for having a big character that makes up for that. He's brilliant in boxes, and he can outmuscle opponents that are much bigger than him. You add a little bit of pace to that, and he's a formidable presence at the back.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way. Koundé. Borussia Dortmund are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Over to the right flank. Koundé just loves to go forward whenever he can. Eze gets into a good position. Koundé, and the pass is intercepted. Oh, this is a chance! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Borussia Dortmund are in front now, the game's only goal. Shapes to shoot! And no mistake! And once more we are all square. You score, we score!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Knocks it into space. In by DiMarco. Keeper's dealt with that. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Now this could be a chance. Can he finish? Goal! Barcelona! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. So smooth, a signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Barcelona have their lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
That's a chance for a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Olise can get it clear. Koundé. He's being urged to shoot. And a chance! And that's a good finish. They are purring, truly purring. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Casemiro ventures forward. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Casemiro. Crosses it in. Impressive jump! That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Corner number 3 coming up. Gehi getting this one clear.
2 minutos de descuento.
Rafael Leao. Ambitious ball here. Spread to the right. Well, nicely intercepted. Dembele. And the whistle goes for half-time. So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores que no está permitido el consumo de bebidas alcohólicas dentro del estadio. Cambio de jugadores.
So the action resumes.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Vinicius Junior picks it up out wide. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Borussia Dortmund do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
He's having a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are disappearing out of sight. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Barcelona palpably stronger, better, superior. Looking to play him in, and he's intervened well there. Casemiro, nice looking ball. Good ball over the top. Gehi calmly anticipates.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Vinicius Junior. This looks promising. He has found the way through. Played out towards the right wing. That's good play. Corner it is. So their 4th corner of the game. Takes a shot! And it's in! They are gorging themselves here on a seriously gorgeous scoreline. Barcelona are having a ball here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Eze being given no time to dwell on the ball here. There's the shot! It's a goal! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
At least that has given their people something to smile about. And he's going to have his name taken. And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
En el marcador se podrá ver a continuación un resumen con las jugadas más destacadas de la primera parte.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things already rolling. Well, five at the back, Jim. It does feel fairly defensively oriented, this formation.
Well, you could say it's a lineup that's all about creating positive transitions. The lack of width.
Dembele! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, I'm not sure what happened there, Peter. Did he get caught admiring his own first touch, maybe?
Not the most accurate pass. Oh, it's Dembele. Knocks it into space. Oh, this is a great... And he shoots! Sorloth might just make this. That's good play. And here's McAllister. Tonali. Chance for a shot! And he's quick to get rid. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I get the feeling, Peter, that this guy, Michael Elise, will be very much...
He's having a pop! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested.
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
Dembele. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Borussia Dortmund have definitely started much the stronger. They're far more creative.
Chouameni.
Barcelona really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
He's a sharp little ball here. DiMarco. To McAllister. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
DiMarco. And it's Tonali. In with the challenge. Now it's Sorloth. Sorloth. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Shapes to shoot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
Good switch, that.
And it's DiMarco. Wriggles his way through. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Sorloth with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Timber. McAllister. There they go, hunting in packs. Koundé running with the ball, and he's picked it up out wide. Pedri. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Looking for the run. Schlotterbeck gets over and intercepts. And he was quick to react. He's having a hit! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Knocks it out wide. Great vision. Saliba. Referee's given a throw. DiMarco. Tonali. Oh, it's Dembele. Oh, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. And it's Tonali. Elise. Now Tonali. Oh, well played. Nice looking ball. Well, nicely intercepted. And here's Rafael Leao.
Un minuto de descuento.
Chance! Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
I think it's been a decent enough watch, despite the half stagnating a little, if I can put it that way, Peter. We want to see some of that craft we got to see earlier on in the game. Everyone's going to have to find a way to just up the standard again.
So we reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And so the action is resumed.
Borussia Dortmund have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Solot has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident. Schlotterbeck. Borussia Dortmund do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
And here's Dembele. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Borussia Dortmund can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Can he get on the end of this? Takes aim and crosses. And that has been knocked clear. Chouameni. DiMarco being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Solot. Now it's Valverde. Barcelona could counter here. Valverde. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Koundé. Borussia Dortmund do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. There will be a throw-in. DiMarco. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Solot. That's Valverde. Olise. McAllister. Oh, easy pickings there. Koundé gets on his bike and on the move. All the way back. Koundé is sporting a guilty look after that.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
That's been slipped through. Getting up there! Oh, good finish! Finally the breakthrough!
What a time to take the lead, but now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 8.
So changes afoot here, and from both
El
sides.
dorsal 20.
Barcelona have penetrated for the first
Serán
time.
sustituidos por
Well, when the going gets
el
tough,
dorsal
etc.,
87, el dorsal
they can still
21,
turn this round, I think.
El dorsal 19. El dorsal 10.
Your
Se
impression
puede
so
llevar a cabo
far,
un
Jim?
cambio de
Look,
jugadores.
they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
75 minutes played. Tries to play it through. Oh, sweet feet. Decent chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact. That has ended up in no man's land. Ekitike. That pass isn't the best.
Borussia Dortmund really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Ekitike threads one in. Haaland is onto this. Real chance! And that could come back to haunt them.
Ekitike really wanted that, didn't he? Probably a little too much, to be honest.
They've played it short. And it's McAllister. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Dembele. Now it's Neves. Ball swung in.
Barcelona nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of...
It's Dembele! It's a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Crosses it in. No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
Corner
El
number
dorsal
2 then.
15. Será
McAllister
sustituido por
plays it
el
short.
dorsal
And
22.
here's McAllister. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple.
Habrá 4
He's had
minutos
it
de
nicked
descuento.
away. Brahim Diaz. João Neves. Oh, delightful ball. Mignon claims comfortably. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that is that. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores.
Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited, and deserved to be.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things already rolling. Barcelona lining up in what very much looks as though it's going to be a 5-3-2.
Conservatism would appear to be at play, Peter. However, we don't quite know what their motives are just yet. It could well be as it looks, but it might also be a way of deceiving the opposition into thinking that they're just going to sit back and then hope to produce an aggressive counter-attack or two. This system can accommodate that, and I certainly hope we're going to get something positive in response, and it's not going to be all defence.
Olise did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. And here's Haaland. Ambitious ball here. No, that's been intercepted. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's onside, and a chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, can I bring Ousmane Dembele to your attention? He's been described as a phenomenon and one of the very best. That's high praise indeed, and we've seen some great flashes, but he still has a long way to go to fulfill all of that potential.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Van Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And he goes cross-field. Koundé. Borussia Dortmund are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. He's in a great position here. Mbappe is... And the shot! Nearly, but not quite.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Guéhi clears. Olise. Now Timber. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Driving through the middle. Now it's Fofana. Delivers with whip. And that is well cleared. Well, they've got it again. Olise. Olise has been caught there, it's a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
And it's Tonali. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Some really good ball movement. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Eze. Havertz. And it's Eze. Timber. Now Tonali. Fofana. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Tries to play it through. And he's cut it out. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. And here's Haaland. Havertz! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
The first breakthrough.
Well, I think...
Oh, he's been caught now. Can he finish? It's a goal! They are purring, truly purring. The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Valverde. And for the first half, that is that.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Borussia Dortmund are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. The second period is on the way. Koundé has given away a free kick. Timber. To Havertz. Havertz running with the ball. And the finish! That's put paid to the danger. Now who's going to be first to this? Space for him to turn and look. Timber. Now it's Eze, and he's had it nicked away. Now it's Dembele. Pedri, and he's been shifted off it. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Good running, strong and purposeful. Tonali. Valverde.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival. Borussia Dortmund are 2 up early in the second half. Koundé. Guéhi. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Koundé. And it's Timber. Eze being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Casemiro gets a foot in here. And that's another good win of the ball. And that's clear-cut, it's a free kick. Fofana. Mignon sends that a long way. He's had it taken off him. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, look at the space here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Fofana. Now it's Haaland. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well, that pass isn't the best. Played out wide. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Out of play for a throw. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. He has found the way through. Oh, that was vital. Eze. Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? It's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
El dorsal 19. El dorsal
Cleared
8.
without hesitation.
El dorsal 22. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 87. El dorsal 7. El dorsal
Oh, good
10.
read.
That was
El
well
dorsal
played,
6.
well
El
stopped.
dorsal 15. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
It's a throw-in. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Koundé to McAllister. Olise picks it up out wide. He's found the way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Borussia Dortmund clearly now in lead preservation mode. McAllister, Vitinha. Well, he's ended up in no man's land. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Ferran Torres. He's on it, can he get away? He's a sharp little ball here. Guendouzi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Un minuto de descuento.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Neves. Guendouzi. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Looking for the far post. Vitinha clears it away. That's that, the end. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Haaland taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Borussia Dortmund definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.